Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're breaking down a viral body art story that's been absolutely dominating the news lately. We're going to look right past those sensational headlines to uncover the vital health and safety reality of an industry where, honestly, a single mistake can cost you a limb. So if you're working in the body art industry, or even if you're just planning out your next piece, this is an Explainer you really can't afford to miss.
Right, let's dive into this alarming question. It's the central focus of the current body art news cycle. I mean, when most of us think of a worst-case tattoo scenario, we're picturing a blown out line, maybe a spelling mistake, or just a bit of extended redness. But surgery? That sounds extreme, doesn't it? Well, the reality is that when things go wrong beneath the skin, they go wrong with terrifying speed. Section 1, the viral phoenix nightmare.
Now, this is a cautionary tale that hits pretty much every single fear at once. A woman in Phoenix found an artist on social media and went in for a tattoo. And what followed wasn't just a case of bad luck or slightly irritated skin. It resulted in a hospitalization for sepsis and cellulitis, and eventually required 2 surgeries. We are literally talking about a scenario that escalated into a limb salvage problem, with doctors actively discussing compartment syndrome. So a fresh tattoo stopped being a cool cosmetic choice and rapidly became a severe medical emergency.
Moving on to Section 2, clout versus sterile technique.
Industry expert Patrick hits the nail on the head here with a really punchy reality check. He says social media is not a sterilizer. It sounds obvious, right? But a smooth, aesthetically pleasing Instagram page does not in any way prove a clean needle path. We've kind of been conditioned to trust follower counts and viral reels as a proxy for professional competence. And in the body art world, well, that assumption is incredibly dangerous.
So we're facing this really dangerous gap right now. The Instagram standard rewards pretty feeds, slick reels, and thousands of likes. But behind the camera, you might be walking into sloppy hygiene and zero visible proof of actual sterilization discipline. The flashiest operators out there often have the weakest safety systems. They completely understand engagement, but they utterly fail at risk control. And when it comes to body art, it's those tiny decisions during skin penetration that dictate whether your body heals peacefully or spirals into absolute inflammatory chaos.
Section 3, the science of severe infections.
To understand exactly why these hygiene failures escalate the way they do, we've got to demystify the biology behind it. Your skin acts as this perfect biological armor until you breach it thousands of times a minute with a tattoo machine. If bacteria enter that breach and start multiplying, cellulitis is where that bacterial invasion of the soft tissue begins. It's an infection that moves way beyond just that very surface layer of your skin. Now, if that initial infection burden increases and isn't stopped, it can lead to sepsis. And this is not a localized problem anymore. Sepsis is a rapid, dangerous, and potentially deadly systemic response mounted by your entire body to fight off the infection. It requires urgent, aggressive medical care. And finally, we have the condition doctors were so terrified of in the Phoenix case, compartment syndrome. A severe tattoo infection drives massive inflammation and fluid accumulation in a limb. So pressure just builds and builds inside a closed muscle compartment, and it physically cuts off circulation, directly threatening your nerves and tissue. A swollen, tight limb with color change, yeah, that is never something you can just sleep off.
So the crucial point here really boils down to a simple equation. Contamination plus delayed intervention equals disaster. Ignoring early symptoms, pretending a swollen, painful limb is just routine healing, and delaying a medical evaluation is exactly how a simple contamination turns into a catastrophic, life-altering event. Okay, Section 4, normal healing versus red flags. You'll really want to mentally bookmark this breakdown. Look, if your normal, manageable soreness suddenly turns into severe, escalating pain, or if mild swelling rapidly becomes a tense, limb-wide balloon, you've got a serious problem. Normal healing features localized redness and a little bit of plasma. An emergency, though, that features spreading heat, pus, and systemic signs like fevers and chills. The required action here is super simple. Stop treating it like routine healing and get medical care immediately. Section 5, fixing studio safety standards. For the studio owners and artists out there, you absolutely must treat infection prevention like structural engineering. Step 1 is screening. You need to know if a client is immunocompromised or has poor wound healing. Step 2, setup. Use proper surface barriers and fresh gloves. Let's be clear, a clean-looking workstation is not the same thing as a sterile workstation.
Step 3 is needle and ink handling. Single use only, no exceptions. If a needle touches a non-sterile surface, it's done. Toss it out. And step 4, aftercare. You must provide explicit written instructions and a clear list of red flags. Just saying, hey, call me if you have concerns is a cop-out. It's not a protocol.
And as a client, your smartest prevention step is honestly wonderfully boring. You need to choose your artist the exact same way you choose a surgeon for a minor medical procedure. Look around for visible hygiene protocols and proper licensing. Demand sterile supplies. And most importantly, and I can't stress this enough, if an artist gets annoyed or acts insulted when you ask about their sanitation practices, that's your final answer. Just walk away immediately. If you take away just one theme from this explainer, make it this. Treat every fresh tattoo like a controlled medical exposure. Because, biologically speaking, that's exactly what it is. Good body art isn't just about incredible shading or perfect line quality. It is fundamentally about controlling contamination and refusing to normalize the warning signs of an infection.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to ponder before your next studio visit. Will you look past the slick Instagram filters and demand boring structural competence for your next tattoo? The difference between a great piece of art and a genuinely dangerous one is often totally invisible at the start. Your health, your limbs, and your life are worth far, far more than their social media likes. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay safe out there and remember to ask the right questions.